NTV in Nairobi County.
Right away from politics now, and schools reopen tomorrow for the second and busiest term of the 2022-2023 academic year against a rising cost of living that is straining not just households but schools as well. Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha has now warned schools against burdening parents with exorbitant fees, while affirming that capitation funds for public schools will be released by next week. Kevin Mutai reports.
The Mombasa uniform shop in Old Town witnessed unusual traffic as parents rushed to procure necessities ahead of schools reopening tomorrow. The second school term starts as households reel from the rising cost of living that has seen the rise in prices of basic commodities.
Na tukipambana na maisha kiendelea hivyo kila kukicha na mambo yanazidi kwenda juu. Sasa tujui ni tunaelekea wapi, lakini tunaomba Mungu tu.
Ningependa kuwaomba wakaweze kupunguza bei, pia wakaweze kupunguza vitu zingine, ndiposa pia huku upande mwingine wanabiashara pia wakaweze pia kupunguza bei ya vitu zao.
The business is doing well compared to last year. It's doing well. The economy is speaking, everything is panning out well. We're expecting more customers.
The high cost of living will particularly be a strain on boarding schools. Education CS Professor George Magoha says the government has taken steps to ease the pain and cautioned schools against transferring the burden to parents.
My charge and instructions to those in boarding schools is that I am sure the parents are going to pay fees that they can use to start looking at our children. I am very sure that within a month or so, the government will have ensured that the maize prices will come down.
Parents have been feeling the strain of the COVID-19 pandemic after the government crammed 4 academic terms into 1 year. But the Ministry of Education now says capitation funds for both public primary and secondary schools will be released before this Friday.
Don't send the child back home. Don't give him food. That's what you should do if you are so wicked. Because if you have 10 others who are paid, you can feed a poor child from there. So don't let us hear. See, we are at Kipindi Lala Salama. I don't want eggs on my face as I go out. So we shall deal with you circumphoniously if we find out that you are enjoying the poverty situation in our homes.
Schools are expected to close again in August, a week before the general election. They will then reopen in September for 1 month and then close again for a week for the last term, which begins in October.
We should congratulate ourselves. We have gone through COVID. We are going to go through election. Let this election process not be the catalyst of causing instability in our schools once again.
The school calendar is expected to normalize in January 2023.
As schools reopen tomorrow for the second term, disruptions brought about by the coronavirus pandemic in the education sector is still evident, as schools will be racing against time to beat the 2021-2022 school calendar. Kevin Mutai, NTV in Mombasa.
From education to another